If this is the result that sparks life into Swansea City's season, then two individuals will be owed particular thanks. One will be Tammy Abraham, whose goals either side of halftime again demonstrated his old-fashioned scoring instinct and ended a troubling run of 3 straight home defeats. The other will be Jonas Losel, the Huddersfield goalkeeper, whose grievous mistake led to the strikers' first at a time when Swansea, their confidence dwindling, looked the less threatening of two flawed teams. Losel's commitment to playing from the back resulted in a costly loss of possession that turned the match on its head, and Swansea ran out justified winners in a game where anything else would have put Paul Clement under mounting pressure. Christian Eriksen sinks Bournemouth for Spurs' first Wembley League win. Read more. Swansea had begun the match as if well schooled in that message in an early booking for Leroy Fer, who had done well to keep the ball in play before following through on Losel, suggested a brisker tempo than they have generally served up this season. They forced several errors and, from one, Carroll sent Abraham away with a first-time loft over the defence. Losel, flicking Abraham's shot around his right post, saved sharply to keep the scores level, but it was enough to raise the volume. 8 minutes in, Swansea had managed just their 12th shot on target of the campaign. The resulting corner brought a shot from Jordan Ayew, which deflected wide. Swansea looked sharp, but their momentum was gradually checked. Huddersfield had been slow from the blocks but improved after Jonathan Hogg won the ball cleanly from Leon Britton with a rattling challenge near halfway. It won the applause of his manager, David Wagner, and his teammates appeared to take the cue. Elias Kachunga angled a shot at Łukasz Fabianski, and then Tom Ince, found unmarked by Rajiv van Lapara, should have done much better than sweep over on the half-volley. Ince escaped the Swansea defence again on the half-hour when Losel's quick-thinking drop-kick sent him bearing down on Fabianski. By the time he entered the penalty area, Martin Olsen had caught up in Ince, falling to the ground with a left back in close attendance, claimed a penalty. A red card would also have resulted had the unmoved Paul Tierney seen a foul. Replays suggested the pair had run across each other, but there appeared to have been some contact. By now Swansea were drifting and Losel's gift was perfectly timed. The obvious action, putting dogma to one side, would have been to boot the ball well clear when he received a back pass with Carroll and Ayew both in his eyeline. There was no short pass on offer, but he attempted one anyway, miscuing to Carroll and unable to intervene as the midfielder drove forward down the left, squaring for Abraham to finish unfussily. Bayern Munich batter Freiburg while Hertha Berlin players take a knee. Read more. It was, by 3 minutes, that rarest of beasts, a first-half goal at home for Swansea. The second half had barely started before bringing one of its own. Aaron Mooy, introduced at the interval to give Huddersfield more midfield control, diligently tracked a burst towards the box by Luciano Narsing, but his tackle only succeeded in diverting the ball through to Ayew. The forward's angled dink over Losel may well have been creeping over the line, but Abraham, ever the poacher, darted in to make sure. Now Swansea enjoyed the luxury of having an opponent where they wanted them. What followed was largely an exercise in game management through sensible possession and watchful appreciation of Huddersfield's occasional threat. That manifested itself most clearly 8 minutes from time when Van Lapara's shot was deflected onto the top of the bar, moments after Abraham had fallen just short from reaching an Ayew centre and scoring his hat-trick. He was not to take home the match ball, but Swansea had already benefited from an unexpected keepsake of far greater consequence.